Today, we are going to look closely at a global phenomenon. We are going to ask a question first. Are we looking at a factory of human forms? It is time to uncover the dark truth about the K-pop bootcamp system. K-pop has exploded globally, accounting for about 1.5% of South Korea's GDP. When we look at the top idols, with an annual income of over $10 billion, groups like Blackpink and BTS have more than 50 million followers on Instagram. They present flawless appearance and perfectly planned dances that catch massive audience worldwide. But under this beautiful outside layer, there is a very strict and cruel system hiding in the dark. Let's dive onto the factory floor. This is industrialized star making. The K-pop industry relies heavily on highly structured production process, functioning much like an industry factory. The competition here is brutal. Organizers often screen over 600 applicants in about 5 hours. The inputs, these hopeful young people, are selected based on pre-established targets for abilities, appearance, and personalities. And for those who make it inside, the nightmare begins. Young people need to sign what are often called slave contracts. These agreements are characterized by extreme disproportionate control by the agency. They typically lock entertainers in for 10 to 13 years, stripping them of standard labor protections and banning them entirely to the company's will. Immediately, trainees assume massive financial burdens, leading to crushing debt. They must repay undisclosed training, accommodation, food, and forced cosmetic surgery expenses. The reality is that entertainers receive absolutely no profit sharing from their performance until the overwhelming trainee debt is fully repaid. Next, come to the grueling grind. They practice singing, dancing, and languages for almost 12 to 15 hours every single day. Their schedules are way too full. They travel all the time and have almost zero personal time, feeling terrible physical fatigue and never getting enough sleep. It's just considered normal if you want to survive. They face those pressure just for a small chance to beat the others and finally perform on stage. In this process, we witness a complete loss of personal autonomy. Agencies enforce strict relationships, imposing harsh bans on dating to maintain a fantasy connection with fans. Commercial goals are prioritized over personal freedom. Furthermore, their voices are silenced. Idols cannot freely express their ideas in public or online, as any perceived flaw could damage the carefully crafted image. In the pursuit of perfection, agents control every single aspect of a trainee's life, packaging them purely as a flawless consumer products. What is the price of this perfection? How a person looks is a huge rule for K-pop success. The singers are forced to keep highly specific and unnatural beauty standards. This means the companies watch their weight all the time, force them on extreme diets, and make them get mandatory cosmetic surgeries. This bad environment causes deep, long-lasting problems for their bodies and minds, even for the stars at the top of their careers. This is the sad reality of high-pressure environments. The whole industry has totally ignored mental health support. Idols face terrible bullying online and crazy demands from fans without anyone to protect their minds. Tragically, this has led to some very sad events that we all see in the news. We cannot just sit and watch anymore. We need a call for reform. First, we must acknowledge the exploitation. As consumers and buyers of this music, We need to look closely at the entertainment we love and refuse to ignore the pain happening behind the stage. Second, we must dismantle the factory. The industry must stop treating young people just like parts they can replace in a machine. Third, we must demand structural change. Companies need to fix their inside problems, tear up those unfair contracts, and put the health of their stars' bodies and minds first. Finally, we must restore human dignity. Every single idol deserves basic freedom, respect, and dignity. These are rights that belong to every ordinary person in the world, just like you and me. And finally, thank you for listening.